We're continuing our coverage about that with our 9 News parenting and mental health expert, Dr. Cheryl Ziegler, to talk about this. How does this get going? One person starts the chant, and then you don't want to blame students, but like, is it something more with young people and they just take off with it?
Nope, this isn't a young people thing.
It's everybody.
It is. It's a herd mentality, right? What we call in psychology, we understand this really well. It's sort of the psychology of being a fan and being in crowds. It can happen in sports, it can happen in stadiums, just concerts. So what happens is, the first part is de-individuation, which is a fancy word for all of a sudden we're in a crowd and we're all cheering for CU, and I'm no longer like me, the individual with my own values. Now we're all in sync with each other, and somebody starts chanting or someone starts stomping, whatever it might be, it's contagious very, very fast.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
You're right.
And I don't want, this would be a question sort of toward the end of the interview, but I'm just going to say it now. We're all parents, and I struggled with my kids at times saying, hey, you don't follow the crowd, all of these things. However, literally, quite literally, when you are in a crowd, how do you give your children the strength, the courage to disengage from this kind of behavior? Because it was really disgusting what they said.
Yeah, absolutely. And it actually makes me think of also the Florida State and Virginia game, where at the end they were rushing the field and someone gave the middle finger to really to his face, the quarterback. Like, that's not necessary, right? And so we have this kind of behavior because you feel like it's very interesting. There's a social norm where we all want to be on the in crowd. So when you're the home team, you're the in crowd and they're the out crowd, and it becomes really hostile very quickly. So what would you say to your kid? The first one is to have this conversation, because if you're not making it come to your conscious awareness, you have no idea why you're doing what you're doing. Why do you chant and cheer and all the things? You're not consciously aware. Talk to them about it. But I think you can also look to your friend, like I'll talk about college students, right? And I think one college student to another can say, hey, that's not cool. That doesn't sit right with me. Let's cheer for our team, right? And maybe right now we don't have that mentality because we have a large load of stress. But the feeling should be, and the Chancellor could continue this conversation by saying, we're here to cheer on CU. We're not here to be derogatory or terrible or cheering when someone else on the other team gets injured. That's not what we're here to do. And there is a difference. Cheer for, not against.
Right, and CU was kind of caught in the middle with TCU doing some things at their game last year where TCU fans got out of control. This happens everywhere. The Ryder Cup this weekend. I mean, we've got American golfers apologizing for how people behaved. It's just like, what is wrong? I mean, that is just, it's so disturbing to think it's okay. When you're thinking like golf, you should be a little more dignified.
Yeah, well, I think it is telling of the mood, of the culture, of the stress of our society, and how contagious it is. Positivity is also contagious. So I do want people to understand that, yes, if everybody's being really negative or everyone's storming a field or whatever they're doing, you're more likely to follow. But also, if you're positive, if you say, like, we don't want to be represented this way. I go to wherever, I go to CU or I go to whatever school, I don't want it to be that way. It really just takes like little cheerleaders in different sections to speak up, say something different.
And if that doesn't...
a lot of BYU fans there too on Saturday night, and I'm sure they were really offended.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, consequence is always a result getter. And they've come out and said that they're going to be looking into this. And if there are videos of you saying this really disgusting thing in the stands to another team, you were right. We talked about this before. They could pull your pass.
Yeah, they'll pull your student ticket, pull your pass, do whatever they can. I mean, so that's what you get.
Absolutely. I think we see this at all different levels. I see it with different ages, parents, kids.
Parents, yeah.
And again, this happens in Little League games too.
Right.
So 100%.
We've talked
could
about
go
that.
there for another 20, 30 minutes.
Exactly. So if you're a young parent, just try to set the stage now, model what it means to be a fan and cheer people on, not against.
Positivity, not negative.
So good. Thank you, Dr. Ziegler.
You're welcome.